Alright guys, welcome back to GGTV. This is Dark Enforcer, and the video that you were seeing just a second ago was just kind of the sketching of the Clash of Clans Warrior Clan guy here, and so I've actually colorized him a little bit here, and I wanted to just kind of show you guys, kind of how everything looks. Let's go ahead and select this layer and jump in here so you guys can see what I've done. So I've basically just done a little bit around his eyes. I've kind of enhanced some of the lines. Like I said, I'm not the best at drawing, but I've kind of enhanced some of the lines. And then I'm going to back out and let you see a few things. The reason I'm showing you this video now is that once we've colorized it, and I do want to kind of show you something I did, you want to make sure that your lines are bold. You want to make sure all of these lines right here are filled in, and there's a reason why. And if you watched a bunch of videos, if you try to fill these in, and I put him in slippers. I didn't want to put him in sandals. He's in some little slippers. I guess they're kind of like Crocs. Anyway, it's kind of funny. You want to make sure all of your lines are nice and bold so that when you go back in, I use this magic wand tool, and basically I will, well, that's not what I want to do. Well, I'll come back to that. You just select, and it'll select the whole section. It might select this whole selection here, and then you go to your gradient tool and you pick whatever color you want. You just basically stroke, and then it actually does a gradient on it, and you could do a solid fill. And what I'm doing now is I don't really like the way he looks right now because I haven't done anything other than just fill him in with solid colors. Okay, but if you do nice and bold lines, you can get in there and really do some really good stuff. Now, with that being said, you can absolutely get a lot more detail than what I've done. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how I go in and add a little bit of lines. When I hit the button, you're going to see a little bit of lines around here, and I'm just going around the edges of the muscles just to give them a little bit of different color, and I'm going a little bit darker than what his skin tone is there. Okay, so I'll click that on there. Now you can kind of see that. Now, like I said, there are people that are way better at doing this than I am. And, like I said, I don't claim to be awesome at all. Obviously I love to draw, and I know there's a way to do this to where you're not actually, going to go on the lines. But to be honest with you, I really like having those barriers and then, kind of going in and messing with them, or kind of testing the barrier. So what I'm doing is I'm just basically going right up against this. I might want to make my brush just a little bit bigger, and all I'm doing is creating a little bit of a shadow right on the edge there. And see, it's also a way for me to clear up some of these spots that aren't so smooth. And you do have to have a little bit of a smooth hand, but the beauty of this is that, if you mess up, you can always, fix it again. You can always delete it, and you can always kind of go back over. That's why it's really key to see how you got, your hotkeys set up. Now, I'm gonna see what that. I don't like that. I'll go in there with a darker, and what I've done is I'm kind of thinking about the light source coming in from over here. Okay, so I want him to have some shadows on this side of his body, and you can go as crazy on this as you'd like, but ooh, that's not really good. This Cintiq that I use, the pen, the stylus or whatever, that's a little bit wide over here. Don't y'all think over here on his thigh coming in? I think it's just a little bit too thick. Yeah, I didn't like that. Let's zoom in so you guys can see. There's a tilt function on this thing, and it really works well. And I just do normal tilt. I don't try to go crazy and put too much tilt on there, but it automatically is pretty solid. And there's some brushes that are even a little bit crazier than, they'll do a little bit more tilt than what I'm doing. If you put it very sensitive or whatever, I think I've got it on normal, and so if you do a little bit more than that, tilt really comes into play. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and I want to go over on this side as well, but I'm trying to just think where I want these highlights right now. Yeah, there we go. I want it right over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna get in here right around these buttons. Let's see. Yeah, I want to get around these buttons a little bit. Just kind of give them a little bit around these as well. And kind of come right here. And you know, obviously these I'm gonna go in with a little silver in a second. And like I said, I don't want this to be super long for you guys because I know a lot of you guys are, you know, way better at this than I am, and you're probably just checking this out to see if I'm an idiot or not. And that's okay. Hey, buddy. I'm a hobbyist. I'm not getting paid to do this. This is just for fun, and it's just for, you know, it's kind of my son, you know. I'd like to think that one day he'll appreciate the fact that his dad's young and kind of full of life and wants to have a good time. So I'm just going in here and highlighting a little bit of stuff. And like I said, you can get as crazy as you want to with this. And I'll zoom out so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. And, uh-oh, I'm going to have to mute that because I do not want you guys to hear America Unearthed. Oh, yeah, there. I'm in the man cave. You guys that know me, you don't, that are new to me. But, okay, anyway, enough of that. Alright, so I'm in the man cave and I don't want y'all to have to hear all of that going on. Now, I may go back in with these ones that I've done right here and make those a little darker because it probably needs to be a darker shadow, but I don't want to switch my color. I really like the color that I've got going on right now. So let me finish doing this and then I'll go back and do that one, you know, around the leather and all that, you know. Now, his ear, you know, we got a shadow over here and you could really get in there and get crazy with that. And we're going to do just a slight shadow where his helmet is. And we're kind of rock it around his ear there. Just a little bit. And like I said, you could get really crazy with this and, you know, get really super detailed. And I'm going to make sure, you know, I'll post what he looks like after I'm done. Because, you know, I think you guys, y'all like to see the finished product. I didn't do that with an earlier video, and I'm sure that people are going to be confused as to why I didn't take the time to show you guys the finished product of the DeLorean. I guess I probably should do that. But that was a gift for my brother-in-law, so I didn't really want to show that off just yet. The one thing that I'm really proud of is the way that I do eyes. I'll just kind of show you real quick. Normally I'll blacken the eyes. I put a little white highlight in there and a little brown. Whatever color you're going to go with, I just put it in there and put a little highlight in. It just makes it look a little bit more realistic, you know, to me. You know, obviously, you guys that are, yeah, I think that's when I was going to do the darker. So I think I'm almost finished here. I'm going to, not finished, but, you know, for what I was going to do and show you guys. Because I think sometimes people see this and they're like, wow, what in the world? That looks so cool. I wonder how you did that. And it's not that difficult, guys. None of this stuff's difficult. It's just time consuming. I mean, none of this stuff's like too hard. I mean, yeah, you do have to have a steady hand and stuff, but you know, obviously if you're looking into watching this video, you've probably got an idea of what it takes to do these types of things, and you probably are willing to take the time to learn. You know, there are people that get on here and their main purpose is just to kind of watch for entertainment. But you guys, if you're on here watching, you're probably on here for reasons other than just entertainment. You're probably trying to get a little bit of tips on how to do this. See how that's a little thick there. I'm going to fix that right there. Alright, I'm probably boring you to death right now. Let's see, one other little thing I may put just a highlight down here at the bottom of his muscle. Okay, I want to mess that one up. Okay, and I'll probably put some right under his hand there. You know, and I just think, like I said, it just gives him some character. You know, you can, you know, a lot of times when you spend the time to draw these things out, you know, you want them to look nice. So take the time, man. Take the time to make it look nice. who cares if it takes a long time to get it all finished. I mean, heck, you're not trying to, especially if this is an avatar or something like that. I'm assuming this is going to be something I'll probably use for Joshua in his channel at some point. So I do want it to look nice. It's funny, we were talking about it today, and I said, he goes, Dad, have we got any subscribers? And I said, I think we have 6. I don't know how many we have right now. Look, son, we're not doing this for subscribers and fame. We're doing this for fun. All right, so I'm going to cut this one short just because you guys have watched enough, but you can see I've done the highlights or the shadows over here, and I'm going to come back in with the gold, and I'm going to come in with a little bit of shimmer and make it look like that. But hopefully the next picture you see, it'll be finished product. All right, guys, this is GGTV, Graphic Gamer TV, and this is Dad, and I'm out.